Hello class, so welcome to another Python lecture. So now this time we will initially start how to install Python. Okay, so if you are a Mac user or an Ubuntu user, you need not worry because you automatically have Python pre-installed. Okay, any version for 3 is okay for me, no issues. But for Windows user, I would say that okay, let us keep us 3.7.0. Okay, so any Unix or Mac user can just type Python 3 and press enter. Okay, so any Unix user can type Python 3 in its terminal and you will get something like this. Python 3.5.2 with an interactive shell. Okay, right now I'm exiting. If you don't want to enter it, you can just write Python -v. Okay, so Unix and Mac users, please keep in mind that there are always two versions of Python installed. If you write only Python, as I have written here, it is Python 2.7, which is now deprecated, right? End of life has reached. And then another version is there, which is Python 3. And you write -V, you will actually get the version, right? So see, only Python gives you Python 2.7.12, which is version 2, which we would not use in this course. And we have Python 3, -V is Python 3.5.2. Additionally, there are some other Python library Python versions also installed. So just type Python and press double tab, right? So when you see Python double tag, you can see Python 2.7. If you want to explicitly run your Python in Python 2.7, you have Python 3.5, and you can have other versions of Python also. Anything about 3.0 is okay with this course, at least till the mid-sem. The versioning may not make a difference, but maybe after mid-sem when we will looking on the advanced topic, version may create issues. But as of now, I think 3.x is a good version. Okay, so Unix and Mac users can skip the video from now. For remaining users, let us see how do you install Python. Since I'm recommending the version 3.7.0, I am just keeping the link in the URL. So browser, and just say Python 3.7.0, or you can directly write in Google, download Python 3.7.0, right? So you get directly link. Python release 3.7.0. You can just click this link and just scroll down, right? So for every operating system, there are this installers. Like for example, I have a 64-bit Windows, so I am selecting this one, Windows x86 64 executable installer. Similarly, you have Windows x86 web based. So let us download the executable installer because it's a complete compiled version, right? If you have a 32-bit Windows, you can select the /x86. For Windows user, how do you know whether your operating system is 32-bit or 64-bit? It's again very easy. Just go to your this PC or my computer, right click here and select properties. Okay, so when you select properties here, under the system type, you will actually get this one. System type, you can see this is a 64-bit operating system, right? So this is x64. For 32-bit operating system, it will be 32-bit and x86. Okay, so right now I have already downloaded my 64-bit version. I have kept it on my desktop. So let us see step by step how do you install it. Okay, so since I already had Python, let me first uninstall Python. Okay, this will make you clear about the things that you need to keep in mind. Actually, I deleted the folder, hence it is showing like this, but let the process complete. So let me pause the video and okay guys, so I uninstalled my Python first. Okay, so installing Python 3.7.0. So if you have any other version above 3, you can keep that version, right? The initial things that we study will actually work here. So there are options like install now, and there is one important option here. Okay, please remember to tick this thing. Okay, so please remember that this is checked. Okay, and while installing, ensure that you do a customized installation, not on the default path. Do the customized installation. So when you do the customized installation, it will have some features ticked. You can just keep them ticked as it is, then go on next. You can keep these as standard options, but you can change your path here. For Windows user, the path which I recommend is something that looks like this. So you have C colon, Python and Python 3.7. I will tell you why we keep a shorter path that we will see later, but please keep the shorter path. Okay, now click install. So it will take some few minutes to install. Right, so the basic Python library itself gives you quite a lot of functionality that we will see. Okay, so remaining on version 3.7.0 is because many libraries now have extended their support beyond 3.5. Works well. Quite a few optimizations also have been done. The latest version as of now, when the video is recorded, is 3.8.5. But as a golden rule for programming is that we should not use two latest versions, right? It may happen that some of the most used libraries like NumPy, SciPy, of course, this may sound foreign to you, but okay, we will encounter them. What are those libraries? Libraries is something like when you studied C, okay? So you had math.h that had like cos functions, sine functions, logarithmic functions and all. Similarly, we have a rich libraries in Python like NumPy for numerical methods, SciPy, SciPy for scientific methods. You have TensorFlow for deep learning. See, now it shows setup was successful. Okay, so you can safely close this button. Okay, so that's it. So your initial setup for Python is done. I think that was the only part that I wish to cover in this video is how to install Python. So for Windows, Mac and this, it is completed. So at time, now how do you check? You remember the setting which we did in when we selected add Python to path. So how do we check that? So you do one thing, you click on the start button and just type CMD here. Anybody on Windows 7, you can type CMD here. Linux and Mac users need not worry. This is only for Windows users. So come on the command prompt, just click this. So your command prompt will start. Now just type Python here. So when you type Python and press enter, you can see this Python 3.7.0. If you want to come out of this interpreter, press Ctrl Z and press enter. Alternatively, you can write Python -v. You can get the version Python 3.7.0, which was the version that we installed. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching.